Hi, everybody. Welcome in, Suzanne, little sister. How's everybody doing tonight? I pushed it a little early. I was just talking to hubby. He's lonely. How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna do an hour, and I'm gonna get a hot shower because um I tried to nap today. Gracie wasn't having anything, so let's say welcome to Odie's Hook and Stitch and Island Style. I'm Antoinette, your hostess, and if I want to return. This kind of day. I want to thank all returning Fiber family members, new Fiber family members, first time here. If you like what you see, subscribe below, hit the bell button. And if you feel like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you're catching the replay, welcome. You're welcome here, and thank you for watching. Put my glasses on because everything in front of me is just nothing but a big blur. Hello, everybody. I got some coffee here. And if my train of thought just goes, I apologize. I'm beat. It's been a long week. So, why did I decide to do a live tonight? A couple things. Instead of doing I'm going to show some finished objects I have and talk about some projects, upcoming projects. Talk about the 2023 Happy Mail Advent project. We have. Where's my list? I wrote down people that were interested. I think we already have 8 people interested in doing it and a couple that are on the fence. Those are my notes. I have it somewhere. You can see what my table looks like here. It's a mess. It's a mess. I got. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Wendy Joe. Welcome in. Been a minute. Tammy, welcome in, dear. Welcome in. I got this, but I'm not going to open this. Sorry, I have 2 more coming. I'm going to do them all at one time, so I've just been letting it sit there. You're having Bailey's. Alcoholic. So no, welcome in, everybody. How many of you in here have had a chance to watch the interview with Samuel? That the premiere yesterday was a total disaster. I was on my way to the hospital because hubby had a procedure to be done, and in the middle of all this, the premiere never. I don't know what happened. I don't. So I just re-uploaded it this morning, and Sam and I are going to get together, and we're going to do a live Q&A. Just get his schedule with my schedule. It'll be sometime before January 6th, but I'm working Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday days. Off Wednesday, Thursday, then I'm back on nights. He's a pretty talented guy. He really is very, very talented in a lot of different, crafty, whether it's painting, playing the piano, his knitting, his designing. He is very, very diverse crafter, very talented, very interesting too. If I watched some of his Advent vlogs, he did an Advent calendar, and what he did was he talked about the traditions of his family he's from Venice originally, and okay, Suzanne, it's there. It's December 29th, and it says interview with Sam at an Irish knitting podcast, second upload or retry or something like that. So yeah, it is. It's he's very interesting, and I'm going to be in contact this weekend for my first podcaster interview for next year. There was 2 that said absolutely. I had asked, and they said absolutely. Wendy Joe, I just got off the phone with him. He's very lonely. He's going to be in the hospital another 2 weeks. The biopsy came back okay. Um, they've got him on massive doses of antibiotics by IV for the infection. As far as his diabetes is concerned, the steroids have just put it off the charts. There's no predicting if it's going to be up, it's going to be down, it's all over the place. And it doesn't matter if he doesn't eat or if he eats, it's a crapshoot what the number is going to be. And that's one of the things steroids do. Not to mention the infection will also mess with his his uh his diabetes. Yes, Darlene, exactly. Um, like I said, I just got off the phone with him, and he's lonely. He's calling me, telling me about work because I'm working as the engineer in his place. So there's a lot of things that I haven't been taught yet that I'm kind of being thrown into the mix. And he told me I need to get some things off my plate. Well, I told him he was talking about my channel and my knitting and crocheting and that. And I said he's type 2 diabetes. Um, I said that's no, my YouTube channel and my knitting and crocheting. No, that's priority to me because that's what's keeping me right now kind of maintaining. Take that away from me and wouldn't be good. So let's talk about something happy, something good. Um, I hope you all enjoyed the Advent. I had a blast doing it. Loved all my gifts. Still don't have them all put away there. Right there. Um, I have, let me see if I can get back up here. Okay. These are all finished objects. Finished objects or half finished objects. But I did get a lot accomplished. I was just trying. Yes, Wendy Joe, they do, and there was a lot of people praying for them, and I am so thankful to all the prayers, healing thoughts, positive vibes, whatever everybody did. I so appreciate it. It's thrown me for a big loop, a big loop. Okay, if you remember, I had that vintage cinnamon ombre yarn. I told you I was gonna make a bunch of granny squares. So that's what I got. Already, darling, you're starting? You don't even know who your partner is yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got 14. They're 10 rounds granny squares. And these are just plain granny squares. I found a pattern. I just got to find out where I put it at. Welcome in, Rita. Welcome in, my dear. Well, I'm glad, Rita. I'm glad you're very welcome here, dear. So I'm going to make a cardigan. And there was a picture of one, and I have it saved somewhere. I don't know if it's on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, YouTube. I don't remember. I got to find it. But when I do, I'm going to pair this with another color. I'll see what goes to my stash, see what I have for colors. And that's going to be like a long cardigan. Just something to, excuse me, crash around the house with. So I finished that. That's done. And I know. And when I was on the boat working, I was trying to do small projects, things I could finish. So I made some more little face rags. I made some dishcloths, scrubbies. Excuse me. I made 4 or 5 pair of these. They were like what Darlene made me. And these ones here are for my captain, and he gets the stripes because he's the captain. So I made those. The rest of them I've gifted away. I have a pattern. It's a free pattern off of Knit Picks. This is a small. It's a knitted little drawstring bag. But I'll tell you what I found out, and I'm going to make some of these. This makes an awesome yarn cozy for a cake of yarn, and this is the small size. That's what the bottom looks like. And it sits flat. And I put a little cake of yarn in there, and it sat perfect. And I did an I-cord for the drawstring. I'm going to put something on the bottom there, some toggle buttons or something. But, or you can use it as a notions pouch or something like that. And it was really easy. It didn't take no time to knit it up. It was really easy. So I got that done. You want to see my Christmas tree? There's my Christmas tree. This is from Krista at the Secret Yarnery. I made one of the Christmas trees. I got that done. Needs blocked. Nothing's been blocked that I have in here. It's been blocked. But that's my Christmas tree. Then I made some little ornaments. Bruna Tacality had tutorials for those. Made some ornaments. I finished you guys remember the balaclava. It's too small, so this is going to be for a kid. Yes, I've been busy. And then both mitts are done. Both mitts are done. So I finished those. There's still more. I finished the bod gloves. Right hand and left hand. I just put the eyelash trim. So these are done. Then this is a pattern. I was just messing around. It's a little pattern. I had to laugh because in my advent, little sis had made me the 2 reindeer, the sleigh, and the Santa sack that she put the packages in. Well, I made a little Santa sack ornament. This is a picot edging to replicate fur. I just stuffed some yarn. I just stuffed some yarn in it. And then I made a little Christmas tree ornament. I'm not done. I need to put decorations on it. I made that. Can't see that one. Can't see that one. So I got these done. Oops, sorry. Let me throw these back in here. That's a test pattern. Darlene and I are doing a test pattern from Kelly for Darn Yarn for her 2023 Advent that she's going to have. There's 3 pieces to the Advent. I've got 2 cast on. And then in my project bag that little sister gave me for my Advent gift, I am on the foot of the second. I finished the heel. Now I'm just on the stockinette part of the foot. If you remember, I had showed it in the videos. The ruffle sock. So I've got the second foot done. Put this over here. And I'm gonna have to stand back for this one. Now, this is not blocked and the border is not on it. Okay? But I finished my Seaside sampler. Okay, this is the top. It's quite big. It's not even blocked yet. But I finished my Seaside sampler. I just gotta, like I said, I gotta pick the border out and do a quick block on it and finish sewing in my ends. And I've been hashtag work the whips. I had a goal to have quite a few done by the end of the year. Now, I did this because this is part of my 2023 planned projects. socks is one of the things I want to get 6 to 12 pair of socks done through the year. So I cast on 2 pairs. This is all sock yarn stuff I got on here. I cast on the Isabel socks. These are cables. I cast them on. Oh, wow. I've seen that done, Wendy Joe. That's cool. Sorry. That's cool looking. Can't wait to see. I can't wait to see pictures of it in the Yayas. And I'm doing it in, if you remember, I made the purple socks. Because I'm going to do them a shorter cuff. Just a short, maybe 3 or 4 inch leg. And then the foot. I don't like real high socks. So that's one pair. I have no idea where I put the sock at. It's not in here. Oh, it's got to be somewhere. Because normally I keep my stuff in the bag. I'll find it. The other pair that I cast on is in. Okay, yeah. Put it in the IS, Wendy Joe, so I can see it. Then this is a pair of DK socks, and it's a really cool pattern. It's called. I'll show you the sock because I'm not doing it as long as the pattern is. Now it's hard to see. I printed this out in black and white because it was at work. It's called the Blueberry Waffle Socks by Sandy Turner. It's kind of hard to see the texture, but you see the texture. I'll show you the. These are all on my Ravelry. I went on Ravelry to find free sock patterns for DK because I've got a bunch of this DK from Mary Maxim, and this is the color blush. But this is what the texture looks like. It's waffle stitch. Really easy to do. Mindless. I just have to convert. Yeah, no, darling. I'll have to put links in when this goes to replay. I'll have to put links in for all of this. Because I'm doing them on 9-inch circulars and not DPNs, because most of these are wrote for DPNs. I figure out what the half the stitches that are the top of the foot, and then I put markers for the sides, for the heel, and where you do your heel flap. Because normally what I do is I take my heel flap and put it on 2 DPNs, and then I reconnect when I start picking up my stitches along the side of my socks. I'm trying to, get better at my sock knitting. Kind of branch out a little bit. I'm going to try contrast heels and toes and stuff like that. Because this is a project I can always take with me because it's small. So I always have one of these going. Let me put this over here. I don't know where the sock is. I don't know if I can show you the pattern that I'm doing for a test pattern because it is for an advent, but I will show you the yarn I'm using. I am using Mary Maxim, and it's called Still Waters. And this is for a shawl. I love working with this. Now, I don't like frogging it, but this is really wonderful, wonderful yarn to work with. And I'm already through. I've got one more repeat, and then of the clue 1, and then I'll be into clue 2. The other one I'm just going to show you because there's not much done. I just have the ribbon cast on. This is Karen Simply Soft Light. It's a number 3. Now, yes, Wendy Joe, that's what I started with. Briggs and Little, and I have a bunch of patterns for worsted weight socks, but I did quite a few pair with worsted weight. Welcome in. Lady Bird had a rough day. Today's her birthday, and she had a birthday live, which was a lot of fun. I tried towards the end. I tried to take a nap with Gracie, but she wasn't having it. And then I ended up winning 2 giveaways. So, happy birthday, Lisa. Yes, I am, but they're all in the same color palette. This is some stuff that I got with a uh, gift voucher that I got from Lisa for my members perk for my 1 year, and I had ordered it from Wool Warehouse, so now I'm a Wool Warehouse fan. But this is Stylecraft Dreamcatcher. Those are the colors. So mine are all in my color palette, the teals, the greens, the blues, that ocean colors. Well, yeah, Lisa. Well, yes, if you're in the UK, yesterday was Lisa's birthday. If you're in the US, Canada, today's her birthday. And she's 39 again. So, but that's what so and so darling, because Kelly was reaching out for testers, so we said, sure, why not? And we have till the end of March to get the 3 um pieces done. So I just quickly cast on 2 of them. I'm not big on scars, but I'm saying I'm just gonna do that one last. Oh, I love the colors. I mean, seriously, who doesn't love those colors? Yes, I did. Lisa doesn't like the Shorn. This is like the carnival for Hobie, and what is the one that Poundland sells? Lisa, I don't remember what the Poundland version is, but it's a halo. Now this is 100% acrylic. It's a halo yarn, and it has beautiful drape, but it's not friendly to frog. But don't it feel nice? It smells clean too. But yeah, and it's roving. Prism is a roving yarn. Lisa did a review on Hobie's Carnival uh, this morning, and she's only gave it a 2.5. But everybody has their own opinion. I love working with the roving, and I don't mind halo. I just try not to make mistakes where I have to frog it. But no, Lisa, I had a really good time today. Cabaret, that was it. Cabaret. It was like not Pound Stylecraft Cabaret. Okay. So she did a review on that this morning. But the colors are gorgeous, and everybody knows I love Mary Maxim's Prism. I only buy it once a year. It goes on sale for $3.99. Sometimes, usually $4.99, and I will buy 50, you know, donuts. It is Prism. Yeah, this what Darlene, what she was showing this morning, Carnival. Yeah, it's like Prism. It's this right here, and but I enjoyed. I know Suzanne. I know Lisa's still up. I don't know. We tried to get her tipsy with the shots and candy liqueurs. Yeah. Um. When I do most of the time when I do this, I pull from the outside normally. Now this one I grabbed it and started on the inside. Normally I pull from the outside to cut down on the yarn bars. Because I've tried to cake it up. I just take it from the donut. This is one yarn I don't cake up. So and like I said, I don't know if the carnival's roving, Lisa, because I don't know if you've ever had Prism, Lisa, but Prism is it's a roving yarn, from thick to thin. I mean, you can see right there, thick to thin. Oh, where's that here? Oh, for the love of Pete! If you look there, you can see where it's thick, and this one over here is thin. Yeah, Lisa's been in kind of a tough way. Excuse me, with the pain level. Did you try your Ladybird cold pack? Did that help at all? I do too, Lisa. I've got quite a bit of roving. I like roving yarn. Um, Here's another option that I may use. I'm not quite sure yet. I did an unboxing with unbagging with this from Hirschner's. if you remember my little rant. But, it's Verbena by Willow, and it is a 25 superwash and 75 superwash, 25% nylon, so you can make socks out of this. But it's got a halo, and you can feel the wool in it, but this will make good socks. With some cherries. Ooh, what's the cherries for? Cheesecake? But this color here is called seabed, and if you again, the beach, sand of the beach, the blues of the ocean. It's not too hard to figure out my color palette. So, I have been, like, hashtag work the whips, and we're carrying that on into 2023 as well as, the hashtag outside your comfort zone 'cause, next month, I'll be doing another pattern draw. Another thing I'm gonna expand a little bit this year, is my mosaic. Um, I have one gift, there's a picture of it, but I have to mail it out when I'm home long enough to go to the post office, and I will show you a picture because I love mosaic. Um, Lisa, expect an email from me tomorrow. It's in regards to something we talked about last month. You said you would do. Welcome in, Dragon Cat. Welcome in. I'm trying to think. I have so many projects going right now, but I do have projects that are finished. Of course, I'll put some work into Stephen West's mystery. What was it? The mystery knit along we did in October. Jerry's added Greek yogurt. Oh, okay. Okay, Lisa. Um, New Year's Eve cast on. Now, my New Year's Eve, I'm working. I have to be up at 4 o'clock Sunday morning. I am playing Fiber Hustle Bingo since I couldn't play in October because I got called into work. Okay, Lisa, thank you. Thank you. Lisa, are you gonna do that motif I sent you? I thought that was just too cool. I thought that would be right. I thought maybe you could make like a pillow or a blanket. I just thought I saw that and it was like, yeah, that's Lisa's got Lisa written all over it. So it was like a little birthday present. But yeah, so we'll get together, Lisa, after New Year's, and we'll organize it. Um, my New Year's Eve cast on is going to be Airbender. I've got a Okay, awesome, Lisa, awesome. I can't wait to see it. And I haven't forgot my Tunisian tapestry, my wall hanging. It's in there too. I'm trying to, because I ripped out some of what I did because I didn't like how it looked. It's kind of like you do so much and it's like, nah, I don't like how it looks, and you take it out and try again. So that's another thing. Like I said, I've got some projects that they're getting done. The blanket was a big project. It's finished with exception of the border, and I'm still kind of on the fence about the border because the border uh, that Annie's has for that pattern is like, bleh. It's just boring. I want to put a nice shell border, or I'm looking at some borders that I want to do for it. So it'll be another blanket I have finished. You know what, Lisa? I just pick away at when I get frustrated with it, in the bag and on the hook, and then I come back to it. That's how I've been doing things, and I've been getting things done. I mean, I really got a lot of projects done this last couple months, and it was just like putting a couple rows in at a time. And the hard thing is with the way I'm working, um, I can only take small projects with me. I can't take any because I got to fit my backpack because I got to carry them up and down the ladder. And this last shift, it was low water and it was a 32-foot climb off the boat up to the wharf, up the ladder. Welcome in, Divergent. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, yeah, and if anybody in here gets a chance and you're just kind of hanging and want to do something, play the interview with Samuel. I really, just listening to what he has to I mean, he's very interesting, you know? I found him to be very interesting. Um, and if you're interested in, oh, what are we doing here? My there we go. There we go. Um, the 2023 Happy Mail Advent Project. And I'm very serious. I am very aware of shipping costs, and a lot of the people from last year are going to do it, and there's some that can't, and I understand that. Again, I'm changing the way I do giveaways this year. There'll be a lot more uh, gift vouchers, PayPal. I like that too. Well, actually, it's Dublin, Lisa, but yeah, he's in Venice right now, visiting with his family for Christmas. Um, an Irish knitting podcast. Um, so I January 7th is when it closes, and then January 8th I will do the pairing up and send the email, send the emails out. And I really like the idea of doing the yarn advent, and you don't have to buy yarn to do that. I think most of us here have tremendous stashes, and you can get with your partner and say, do you like fingering weight? Do you like DK weight? Do you like worsted weight? And then you take and you put yourself 20 gram, 10 gram or 20 gram, depending on, what you guys agree on. You measure it wouldn't be hard to measure off, you know, 20 grams, a little scale or yards. If you go to the internet, it tells you approximately how many yards are in 25 grams or 20 grams. It'll give you just an approximate. And there are so many patterns, projects that you can do with an advent, um, yarn advent. And I thought, and Lisa brought up a point that sending them all at once would probably be less expensive than sending one a month. But the reason I said it that way, or sending a couple packages out. Okay, Lisa, I'll send you out an email tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Sleep well, Lisa. Sending positive vibes for a good night's sleep. To do what, Darlene? Okay, tutorial for could have sworn it was Belfast. Nope, nope, Dublin. All right, Lisa. We'll be here till 9 o'clock. So I don't I have them wrote down somewhere. I can throw this away because everybody got their advent. This was the gifts they had in their advent box. I want to make sure they got everything. Yeah, I can. There is a formula. I actually had the formula taped to my desk here when you have leftovers, and it shows you how to do approximate grams, ounces, yards, and meters. There's a formula you can do it. So that's can be a future video in tutorials, how-tos. I think right now, I think okay, Brenda's in for the 2023. Darlene is. I think Marlene is too, but I'll have to find out. Welcome in, Wriggles. Welcome in, dear. And Rita's going to do it. Zara's in. I'm in. I actually had emails from people that were like, I mean, I didn't even figure out what was going to be, and they were in for it. Oh, Christina Bella Uncinito is in it again. Because I got you, Rita. Excuse me, got tickle in my throat. Awesome. I have a couple that are on the fence and deciding, and they're over in, like, the UK and that, and that's good, that's fine too. Um Huh? Gina, thank you. I mean, thank you, dear. I didn't even know you watched. I don't know if you're lurking, but thank you. Wendy Joe, Merry Christmas. Have a blessed New Year, and look forward to seeing your projects, especially your pineapple paper quilt on the IS. And I'm glad you could come. Hopefully, when things gets kind of back to normal at my house, I can do a regular once or twice a month live. It's planned. You have a good night, dear, and all the best to you in the upcoming new year. 2023. Who would have believed it? 2023. I think that was the year in Star Trek when they yeah, I'm a Trekkie. Can't help it. One second. I very sweet lady. Very sweet lady. Um, but so I thought no, no, I'm talking about in, the Star Trek series, there was, Next Generation, but it was, the prequel, and, it showed when the Vulcans actually landed on Earth. It was like 2023, 2024, and how they progressed into, of course, what became Star Trek. It's a couple of the series past the original. Um, so crazy. I Wow. It just people just totally blow my mind. I'm an emotional wreck right now, so don't mind me if I get weepy. I It's doesn't take much right now. But anyways, the people that said that they were in it for next year. Oh, my Lion Brand shipped. Um, uh, my Hobie shipped. Those are the other two shipments I'm waiting on. Okay, let's see. Okay, Brenda's in for next year. Zara's in for next year. And I have to check my messages in that too, because there's some people that messaged me. Something like that, Donnie, yeah. And so we already are at or exceed what we did this year. And all I had asked everybody was, tell me international or, US, Canada, whatever. But like I paired Zara and Rita last year because they were the only two that was over there. If I get Sweden and India, I thought the shipping would be better because they were closer. Just like if I get a couple in the UK or Scotland or, I those are the people that I will, try to pair them together because I am very, very aware of shipping costs. That's why I said, let's do a yarn advent because that literally could fit into a small box. Okay. And like one of the things I'm going to do is like in my bag or little box, wherever I decide to package the yarn, there might be a stitch marker. There might be a progress keeper. Uh, there might be a set of point protectors. Um, there could be some little notion that'll fit in that little bag. And it's not the size of it's the fun of each day opening something up. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Okay, so I'll get so if it's outside the EU, Rita, it's more expensive. So you and Zara were good being paired together. Let me know. Um, and the other thing is too, a lot of people that participated, the biggest thing was the friendships that developed. That was the whole purpose. That made watching them open it up and listening to the banter back and forth with them and the postings for those that posted just pictures and not videos in the yayas. It was great to see that, and it we haven't it was I don't know, it was just great. It made my Christmas. It made my year. Okay, Rita. Well, Rita, like I said, dear, um, i- I mean, in a box that you could do the whole thing in a box no bigger than this. You could put it in a box like that, no bigger than that. And like the yarn that you and Zara did, that was great, and I loved the bags you did, and I mean, one of your bags that you made, Rita, went to somebody for an Advent gift. I had bags that, Debbie from the Canadian Crotcher had done that went for Advent gifts. I just had a lot of fun. I can fold I can I'm pretty good at packing a box, but I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, a lot of friendships developed out of it, and people got to know each other a lot better, and, the fiber family just grew, so that's awesome. Hubby's roommate, Diane, asked about my YouTube channel because she was apparently a knitter, and Warren was telling her about my channel and stuff. And then we talked, so I talked to her when he was down at his surgery, and she wanted the information. So we may have a new fiber family member in Yaya coming. She lives up in Sussex, here in New Brunswick. Yes, Rita, Darlene got the chocolate bag, the pink with the chocolate. And there's a couple boxes I do every year that is outside this, and that's just my thing that I do. That's just my thing I do. Yeah, it was Rita. It was a lot of fun every month seeing um, some of the funny, humorous gifts that went, but so much of it was practical. And the thing is, the first email that you exchanged, you talked a little bit about yourself. You let them know about allergies, likes, dislikes, hobbies, crafts, family, where you live, and it's an exchange. And what's really neat is when you get a cultural exchange. People from different cultures. I have met like meeting Rita from Sweden/Norway and Zara from India and Lisa and the other ones people that I've met from the UK, Perp and them, they're from the UK. Um, I have, Ireland and, Scotland. It's just awesome because you learn different cultures. That's just it. You find out you have so much in common. Like Christine and I both being of Italian heritage, it's you don't know until you talk to people, and you might talk through Zoom, like we did chats, face-to-face chats, and we did emails and text messages and Messenger and all. It's just a way to develop friends, and last year was I mean, 2020, 2021 were rough years. 2022 flew by, so let's see what 2023 has to bring. I'm excited about it. Um, I know Lisa is going, I think it's a members count that she's doing. I'm not sure if it's just a members I think it's just a members cow this year. Um, but who knows? Maybe we'll do a cow. Or put it in our schedule, something simple. Um, a knit along, crochet along, figure out something, maybe something small. I actually have a couple patterns, that are small knitted patterns, like little knitagurumi, I call it. Yes, it did, darling. Yes, it did. I have to finish my dragon. I have my Charlotte's Universe blanket that's probably a third of the way done. I'm good. I'm glad, Rita. See, that's just it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And like I said, seeing the expressions on people's faces when they were opening their Advent or they were opening up their, their monthly Happy Meal. It's the simple things in life that put a smile on your face, right? It's the simple things in life. Um, and us a lot, I mean, Darlie and I got to meet in real life this past summer, which was wonderful. But and her and I talk quite often. Um, and I've made some very good friends. I mean, the Fiber family is my Fiber family. I told you, I'm not giving my YouTube up. I'm not giving my yayas up. I'm not giving my knitting and crocheting up. If somebody tries to force me to do that, guess what? Come visit me and bring me crayons because I'll be in the rubber room. No. No, well, I can't Dragon Cat because it is a paid for pattern. It's a paid for pattern, hun. I can't. As welcome in preschool. Yes. Yes, Dane. We mentioned dragon. I'm going to work on my dragon this year and it will be finished this year. Trying to get some projects done. I found some amigurumi that is knitted and I have a few patterns. And one of them is a llama that there's a crochet version and a knitted version. But one of the things people have been tossing around is doing, a crocheter / make along. Well, the New Year's Eve cast on, you cast it on New Year's Eve. Oh, show what, a tutorial, Dragon Cat? Um, when I do tutorials and I'm doing a pattern for somebody, what I will show is a particular stitch or a particular technique, not the pattern as a whole. Now, I can show stitches, I can show techniques, but um, to say like when I was doing Lindsay, I said, and I asked Lindsay, I said, Lindsay, do you have a problem with me showing how to do these two particular stitches or techniques while I'm doing my pattern? I would not show the pattern, but I'd have my project there. You guys would see my project, and I'd say, okay, we're gonna do twisted rib, or we're gonna do an I-cord bind off. Oh yeah, Dragon Cat, absolutely. Do you know there's a certain person that has spoken for my dragon when it's done. He wants my dragon. It doesn't have very high standards because really technically it's my first real amigurumi. I've done some little octopuses in that, but I've never, you know. So yeah, I'll be working on that. Hedwig's gonna need a buddy. If any of you didn't, this is one of the newest members to the family, Hedwig. I got this from little sister for Advent, and I've named him Hedwig. Appropriate, because I need to do another Hedwig shawl. I gave that one to Lisa. I need to do another one, but this is Hedwig. He sits over here for me. He just shakes his head yes, or he shakes his head no. That's my buddy Hedwig. Yes, I will show you the dragon when it's finished. Absolutely, dear. Absolutely. I try. I try to do whips and finished objects, work some, videos, but the last couple months, you guys know, I've been trying to make sure I do get in time for videos. But I'm getting these bags under my eyes. I look old enough as it is. But 2023, new year, new things. Yes, we need more tutorials. Oh, you did? I've never seen that. One of these days I'll catch up on it. Just like I had never seen Lord of the Rings, and I had all the VHS ones before my player broke, and I watched them all, and I really enjoyed it. I like shows like that. I like shows like that. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I forgot to ask if everybody had a good Christmas. If you're getting any of this blizzard weather, it was miserably cold here, but today's been very mild, and by Wednesday it's supposed to be 10 Celsius. Crazy weather. But we're supposed to have a mild winter up here in the Maritimes. I'm trying to think. Um, Oh, if there's Wriggles, I don't understand. Why won't she let us pay for our own pattern? Why won't you let us pay for the pattern? I don't mind paying for the pattern. We should all gang up on her and say, "Let us pay for our patterns." She doesn't have to do that. I mean, God, Lord, the girl gives us enough. But and I'll show you the other member. My Darlene made this. Her immigrant. She look, my dear reindeer. My reindeer. One of the bells fell off. I have to sew it back on, and then they get tied to Santa's sleigh and my Santa sack, and in it is even little presents. So one of my goals is to get my shelf up in here for all of my amigurumis that little sister has made me. And I actually fit it in this box perfectly. I tuck this in here, and then this tucks right in here, so it can be stored in this box. One of my bells. I'll sew it back on. But I have my family, so she's made me a whole family of amigurumis. They all have names. Well, Rita, we will all send positive vibes and positive thoughts that you get your apartment. I see, Wriggles. I don't know what the problem would be with that. If the designer doesn't have their own tutorials how to do it, and if somebody buys the pattern, what is the problem with um, not showing the whole? Oh, for my birthday. um, if a designer doesn't have a I'm praying for you, Rita, that you get it, dear. I know you'll get it. Positive vibes, positive thoughts. A lot of designers I know um, don't do videos, tutorials. Exactly. And if there is somebody, I'm going to give you a classic example. In a nutshell, has an agreement or something with the Hooked on Sunshine, the designer that does the Phoenix blanket, the Atlanticus, the Liliana, the what for, the whatchamacallit, all those different Afghans. It's in a nutshell, has done tutorials for her blankets. You would think that it would motivate the designer to have somebody do that for them, and especially in ours, since it's a closed group, it's members only. Um, it would sell more patterns. It would get it out there more. And I'm not saying the pattern for free. Buy the pattern. Just like those that were doing the Leisure Arts Afghan cow that I did, 3 years ago? I got permission from Leisure Arts to do the cow and to do tutorials for the blocks, which I did. Oh, okay. In that case, I did learn something when I was researching, my designing career. It's still there. I'm still designing. I just haven't put anything out yet. A lot of times, if a designer has a pattern featured in a magazine or with one of the yarn companies, they temporarily do not own the rights to that pattern. At some point, the rights will return. You know, they'll get the pattern back, but the yarn company or the magazine owns it for X amount of time, and whatever is in their contract that they have with the magazine or like the yarn company, you know, what even like with Yarn and Knit Crate and all these other places that have it, the designer themselves cannot release that pattern like on Ravelry or Lovecraft or Ribbler, Galilee for Life. There's a bunch of places you can put patterns up because the magazine or the yarn company owns the rights to that pattern for X amount of time. You know, so I do know that. I did learn that because I think it was Knititude. She had done one for, well, she's done a lot. You know, Chantel has done a lot for Lion Brand. And there was one of her patterns, and I think it was her, that it was coming to the point where she was gonna be able to release the pattern on her own because she was going to get the ownership of the pattern was gonna revert back to them. It's just like when you Mary Maxims has the Afghan contest every year, and you agree that you agreed that they own the rights to that pattern for X amount of time. I mean, is it making sense what I'm trying to say? That's too bad, Wriggles, because I gladly would pay her for the pattern. I buy patterns all the time. I gift patterns a lot. If I lived to be 150, I wouldn't be able to knit and crochet all the patterns I have. I have to buy some more yarn. I mean, I do have a lot of yarn, but and that's something else come 2023, mystery boxes. I think I figured out how I'm gonna do mine, so I don't have to worry about somebody having allergies. You know, I'll have all acrylic, all cotton, or a cotton and acrylic. Um, wool blend, you know. And I'll say this box isn't as much as this box because this box is red heart, Burnett. You know, you're just run of the mill. But this one here is a little bit nicer because I do have, and some of these are going to be in the mystery boxes. I have some summer nights coming from Lion Brand. Exactly. And Rita's right. Well, you guys remember when I was telling you about my Charlotte's Universe. Excuse me. I bought the pattern. The pattern I bought and the tutorial don't match. So I frogged 22 rounds back on this blanket and I'm just following the tutorial. So it was wasting my money. The pattern. I mean, well, the center block um, was the same, but the rest of the blanket wasn't because the pattern was just like a compilation of several of her crochet alongs, and the pattern was boring. When I bought it, was turned to be boring because what I saw that made me want the pattern was not what I got. And it took, I messaged in a nutshell about the pattern, and she said about the tutorials. It took me almost 9 months before I heard back. I had totally forgotten about messaging her, and I got a message back from her finally. And somebody said to me, and it's my bad as a designer. I have to put a tutorial up for the one pattern that I have, um, and it's not a pattern; it's a recipe. I write recipes, not an exact pattern. I write recipes. Make it your own. That's my goal when I do any of these. You know, so I do have to do the tutorial, but the pattern was. I felt the pattern was an easy pattern. Anybody could do it, and somebody won the kit and did it, and did an absolute beautiful job. But I hope everybody has a wonderful 2023. I'm hoping 2023 is going to bring a lot of new and exciting things. Um, I enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, you know? Um, Lisa's gonna work she wants to work with me sometimes. I mean, I'm tech savvy, but but not savvy when it comes to using StreamYard or using some of the features of YouTube Studio and stuff like that. But my video's getting better, and I'm gonna invest in some lights this year. That's my next, um, addition to the studio. We got the mic. Thanks, little sister, I got a good webcam. Um, and get this mess organized and cleaned up. Well, Regals, I hope you'll show us pictures. Email me pictures when it's done. I think after the last few years, 2023 is gonna turn out to be a really good year. I really do because I mean, we come off of some pretty rough years, couple of rough years. 2022 just wow, was sort of like getting back into some normalcy. So I think 2023 is gonna be the year of the crafter. Let's make it the year of the crafter. You got the year of the dragon, you got the year of the rat, got the year of something that rooster, and we're gonna be the year of the crafter. Year of the crafter. I like that. And I hope you guys still keep coming and watching. I hope I'm putting out enough interesting content for you. And I do apologize when I'm MIA, but there's not much I can do when I'm working the way I'm working on the boat. Especially when it's one of them days where the boat's going this way and that way. And I've got to take grab all ginger because I get green around the gills. It's my inner ears. I always get motion sickness when I fly. And I work on a ferry and I get motion sickness. Isn't that ironic? They said if you can knit or read a book while you're driving down the road, you're good to go. I can. I cannot read and I cannot knit or crochet when I'm, hubby's driving down the road. I get very, very motion sickness. And again, too, I'm gonna put up in the yayas. I do it in the yayas because most everybody has joined the yayas. I think we have 112 members now. And that's the place I like to make some things unique just to the yayas. Like, I do have giveaways that are just for the yayas, but most of you guys are yayas. But I'm gonna reintroduce the yarn swap. I mean, Suzanne and I did a swap. I sent her one yarn, and she sent me the yarn, so I'm going to yeah, um, I'm going to reinstitute the, yarn swap. Again, if you guys wanna trade yarns or somebody needs a yarn and, "Hey, I have that yarn," and the other person says, "Oh, great, I'll send you this yarn," and you guys swap. Something like that. I like looking up there, it's nice, a lot bigger. I think I have to go for a new eyeglass prescription. But no, I mean, as we come to the close of the year, I try not to have regrets. Ooh, I can't wait to see that, Wriggles. Alright, I'll check that out. Anybody have any suggestions or any requests for things that you'd like to or questions? Somebody said to me, I don't do Q&A, so I guess I need to do a Q&A. And I actually I was telling somebody something I was telling somebody something at work. I'm thinking, I should tell that story on the channel. You guys will get a big laugh out of it. So, maybe this year I'll do a Q&A, pull questions from the comments and answer them if I can. Most things I'm okay, I'm comfortable with, but there's some things that are just off limits. Like that. Wriggles sent me Wriggles has been redoing her whole house, and, Turbo is her other half. Oh, I love cedar. Love cedar. Oh, Wriggles. Is it okay if I show? Can I share, Wriggles? Can I share? Look at that door. It's all cedar. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous, Wriggles. I'm jealous. I used to have a room in my old house. The ex got it in a divorce. The whole room was done in cedar. Oh, it smelled so good. Um, there's only a few stories left. There wasn't a whole lot in that book. I do too, Wriggles. I do too. We've decided since nobody bought the store, what we were gonna do was cut a hole in the side of it and put sliding barn doors or something on it and use it for a workshop slash, you know, storing stuff. That's a project for next year. So I got a few minutes here before I have to get off because I am tired and I do need to get some sleep because I've got to go back to the hospital tomorrow. They may be transferring him, so I've got to find out um what's going on because I've got to take him clothes. I took all his clothes, his pants and stuff, and he said, "Bring them back." I told him I took them so he couldn't leave. But I hope with all my heart that everybody has a safe New Year's Eve if you go out. I hope that the new year brings you peace, happiness, things that you want and wish for. I hope you get lots of crafting time. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the projects posted in the yayas and the emails that I get. And who knows, maybe we'll all discover some new um craft to do or some project we'll do together, whether it's just a small project and we come on and do a live. I know Lisa did this and I don't like to copy anybody else. So I'll try to figure out my little niche on how to do something like that. I know, Suzanne. The only problem I've had the last month or so with that is because of hubby being so sick. And literally, I was in the middle of a live and I had to go like now because I got called into work. That's been the biggest problem. But he's on the mend. He's going to get healthy. And hopefully, God willing, this is the last round we have with this. Yeah, Suzanne, and Suz but Suzanne, you do nice knit work. You're a beautiful knitter, and this is where I encourage you guys get together. You Zoom, messenger chat. I know Suzanne had done it on Instagram. I still haven't figured that out. I'm sure one day I will. Thank you, Darlene. It's helping. But that's the whole purpose of our community, connecting, connecting. That's. I live very remote. We're rural. I mean, I'm disconnected from the mainland because I have to be on a boat to get to the mainland. Fine, I'm fine with that. There are some people that are isolated, that are homebound, and don't get a whole lot of interaction with people. And this thing we call the internet is great for that, especially as quality improves of the equipment and the internet. Like you see mine. Okay, Suzanne. Well, here's the thing. In squirrel moment in the yayas, Suzanne, you can literally have a video chat room, and you guys can meet right in that room. Also, you can do that, and it just doesn't have to come from me. You guys can create a chat room too. You can do that. And it's private. Nobody can come in except who you say can come in. So just, I mean, it's just another alternative, you know. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock, people. And as much as I hate to go, I gotta go. Um, go get a shower and try and get some rest because I'm gonna be up. I was up at 6 this morning, but there's a lot of stuff I have to catch up on because of life, housework. I got my laundry done. I got clean undies now, clean sheets to sleep on. Yeah, Suzanne, just check it out. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Oh, absolutely, Wriggles. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's very talented. Turbo's very talented. Um, I don't know if I'll get another live in before. No, I know I won't get another live in before the end of the year. But after the new year, I should find I get my couple days off. I'm off next Wednesday and Thursday. So maybe we can schedule a, you know, you never schedule one. Literally schedule a couple days ahead of time. We're gonna do a live now. But the only problem is the best laid plans of mice and men. So everybody say their good nights and please leave comments in the replays. If leave me some comments. Um, I don't pay too much attention to my numbers. I mean, I'm over 1K. I love it. Thank you very much. But the rest of it, you watch the videos, you comment on the videos. Yes, Dragcat, have a good night. And I read every one of my comments. That's why I like being a small channel, because I get to answer my comments. I can read all my comments and I try to answer, as many as I can. Excuse me. So 2020, here's to 2023. To my Island Yarnies, Suzanne, Darlene, and Courtney. They are my Island Yarnies. They joined my on Ko-Fi, my Island Yarnies. Thank you. I'm making a thing to put in my videos, thanking them for their support. My Yayas, my fiber family. Here's to a blessed and happy 2023 to all of you. I know Lisa says love. I don't use the word lightly. There's all kinds of love. And I love the fact that you guys come and you're here. You've been here when I've been down and having a rough time. You've been here when I've been out in left field. And you're here when I haven't been able to come on for a couple weeks. So thank you. Thank you for all the emails and the pictures. So with that, as we always say here on Two OGs, Hooking and Stitching Island Style, hug, smiles, and happiness. You guys pass it on. Make the world a better place. We truly need it. And don't forget that sunshine is to flowers like the smiles are to humanity. It's really important. And I do love you guys. And I think about you. And I'm not giving you up for nothing. And I will see you in the next video and or live. Have a wonderful night. Pleasant dreams to all. And we will see you in a few days.